Anthony's coming in. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right, and we're good to go.
So you eat these because I'm gonna eat them all.
Let's see. Okay, cool. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing good.
Awesome. Awesome. Glad to see you guys here. Yeah, so um yeah, I don't know. Whoever we can jump right into things. So if anybody has any questions or anything about high level getting some stuff done, let me know. Otherwise, I guess just raise your hand in the chat if anything kind of comes up as we're going through stuff. Give a few more minutes. People are still coming in, but we can go forward and just jump into things as people are still coming into.
Yeah, I just have a quick question for you, Jason. I don't know if you got my email. I sent it kind of late last night, but I'm new to the what's it called, the rewards program for the
Yeah.
restaurants, and I'm setting it up. I did the OAuth, and then when it says you should have a drop down to the locations, there's no locations available when after I did the OAuth and it was successful,
Okay.
and you drop down, there's no locations available.
Oh, weird. And you have locations in your account, I'm assuming in
Yeah.
Highlight, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let me check like here, see if I can um yeah, because that should just pull in from high level a list of all your sub accounts. So if we go there, if I go there now, I do see them
Oh, okay.
in your account. So I'm not sure.
Does it take time to populate or
No,
something?
it usually doesn't, but maybe there was like I couldn't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you why.
Okay.
But maybe go check it right now. I'll just share my screen here.
Okay.
Under this you right, Evan Means here
Yeah.
under rewards. If I go to add a rewards location, there's a drop down of
Okay. Gotcha. Yep.
guys there.
Perfect.
So not sure why it wasn't showing before, but it's there now. So
Okay. Okay. Cool.
yeah. Oh, let's stop you there. Okay. Jose, how you been doing today?
Good. And you, Jason?
I'm doing good. Anthony, how are you doing?
Doing good, Jason. Doing good.
Uh,
Reaching out to a couple of local people. I have just two people interested, not in the realm of what we do at restaurants, but with one guy has a auto body wrap business, and then
oh
another
yeah.
guy's a tint shop. They both seem pretty interested. So
Yeah, you could totally rock
yeah,
out referrals and everything for them.
yeah,
Anything you- get 4 wraps, get your 5th one free.
yeah.
That kind of
And
thing.
then, Jason, I just had a question about um the restaurants that I speak to. Seems like they are very concerned about the integration with their POS. I know you touched on this briefly, but do you have something like showing how they would add the buttons or something? Like how does the one system talk to the other system? Like a lot of people have Toast and they already have points on
Yeah.
their Toast system. So how would it convert? Would like our points be the Toast points essentially, or
It really is a separate system where they don't have to use that. But what I would lead with in that case really is creating like the VIP promotion system for them and getting their customers on a VIP list. If they're already using, like if you talk to a restaurant and they already have a points system where they're already using points, like if they're using Toast and people are earning points from it, then I typically don't even try to like sell them on changing or going to a different point system. Well, what we typically do until we can get like an integration with Toast, is we just set them up with a promotion system so that people are joining VIP, and then we can send out rewards and like we can send out coupons and just info things, and like join us for happy hour, and just create that VIP list so that you're doing marketing for them, or they can be doing their marketing and just getting customers in through the door more often, right? Whether if they already have a point system, and some restaurants already do, doesn't necessarily mean that they're using it. I've had Sam on here saying he's talking to people, and yeah, they're like, oh, well, we have points. They're like, okay, well, are you using them? Or have you integrated it? Like, is that something that your customers are actually using? And sometimes they're not, right? They're like, oh, well, we have it, but we just never used it. So that's always an option there. But and in that case, what I would typically focus on is being like, okay, well, are you marketing to your customers? Do you have like, are you sending out messages? Are you staying in touch with them? Are you trying to get them back in more often? Because that's really what the system is about, is getting customers through the door, like getting new ones in through referrals, getting customers through the door to come back again, and then getting them to spend more when they're in. So that's why we have the coupons and stuff. It depends on, I could probably get some video together, or find something on how to add those promotion buttons into, like, say, Toast, for example, to give you an example of what that looks like. But it should be fairly simple. The restaurants that we work with just seem not to have a problem being able to set up a button for their different promotions.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Andrew, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Looks like it's nice out there.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm out in Colorado here. So
Nice.
part vacation, part for a wedding. So
Oh yeah. Right
but
on.
yeah, had some time to tune in. I purchased the lifetime
Yeah.
uh uh a deal that
Power
you had.
tools there.
Yes, but I'm brand new, so trying to get everything set up. I don't have any restaurant clients, but I
Yeah.
definitely intend on using this for restaurants.
Yeah.
Um, but also um I was very interested in like the setup for the domain, how you set up subdomains. Like when I tuned in for
Yeah.
your pitch, there was obviously there was more to it than just the restaurant. There was the domain setup and different things like that. So
So yeah,
traffic
with in
particular,
Power Tools, there's a
yeah,
number of different things like custom values, and we do have the subdomain manager in there. It's not entirely, I'm going to say obsolete, but High Level has added in, like, High Level does have their subdomain or their domain system, which is kind of similar to what we built.
okay,
So doing the same idea of managing your subdomains that way. The difference between ours and what they have is that ours will just show you the subdomains that you have set up in your account there. I wonder if there's a way that we can pull that in anyways, if you still had them in Cloudflare. Anyways, you should think about that. But the way High Level has set up their system now, it makes it pretty easy for adding in different subdomains, because you can just type it in and then it'll take you to Cloudflare to authorize, or
and
to Google,
right,
to
okay,
GoDaddy to authorize those different accounts. And it's much, much faster than it used to be. When we built that subdomain manager, it was 2 or 3 years ago now. That ability wasn't in High Level in order to
okay,
do that. So I almost recommend now just going through High Level and using their authorization system there. But that makes me think, though, if there's a way that we can at least pull in it, because it'd be nice to know sometimes where your subdomains are set up or which sub accounts they're set up in.
yeah.
Might be something we can look at. But
Now, do you recommend that we create the subdomain for our restaurant clients or any client, and or like, because most of them have a website, so they have a
yeah,
domain, but not a lot of them that either don't have access to it, or they're so busy, and then you get a delay for a long a while you're trying to
totally.
authorization.
That's exactly why we set it up using subdomains. Um, because like I've been doing this for like 15 years or no, yeah, more than that now, almost 19 years. And building websites for people and doing that kind of stuff. And what happened like exactly what you said is they don't know where their domain is they don't know their registrar information. They can't log in. They don't know. You ask them to send you your password and stuff or their
Mm.
password and they give you like their WordPress hosting login or something like
Yeah.
that, right? They don't know what is because they had somebody build it a long time ago and whatever. So for speed, sometimes we've got a subdomain called FreshRep for reputation management. We have another one called FreshLP, which is our for our white label version. But lots of times I'll just create a subdomain on there for a client to set them up to go to get them set up faster, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Occasionally I'll go and even just purchase if they're going to be a long-term client, I've gone out and just purchased domains for them. They're not
Yeah.
that expensive, right? So like
That's
we've
what I'm doing right now.
which was like we had a client called KBI and we went and got kbivip.com for them and set that up and yeah, like quick enough to go and do it and then they had their own branded version, but otherwise we also had like kbi dot freshrep.com and just to get them set up and rolling. And sometimes it's just faster to do that than try to mess around with getting everybody's domains
Could
as
you,
you know.
I don't know if this is in the realm of this call, but could you real quick show us, like, if we got the subdomain and we want to set them up with the email, the email subdomain, and
Mhm.
we set that up as far as we get the subdomain in there, can you kind of go through
Yeah,
how do we make sure that we're squared away to start sending, because I think there's more to it than just getting the
it's
domain.
yeah, it's not. It's actually pretty quick now. So,
Okay.
with high level, so here's their domain system here, right?
Yes.
I guess I don't have the latest. I have to update that, but all you have to do is click add, and then I can be like, let's do Jason. What are we doing? Jason dot fresh rep dot co. So that way, let's say we're going to use that subdomain
Mhm.
on here. So this is what high level builds, which kind of takes place of what we build. This is kind of
Okay.
taking a look to see where things are set up. And this domain we have
Okay.
set up in Cloudflare. We have it purchased in GoDaddy, and then we have it forwarded over to Cloudflare.
Cloudflare.
Cloudflare takes care of all the DNS stuff. If you
Okay.
haven't done that, it's super simple. When you go to set up Cloudflare, they give you two name servers, and you plug that into GoDaddy, and then everything forwards over to Cloudflare. So we
Okay.
have we have all our domains in GoDaddy. So just what we've been using forever. People
Okay.
have love-hate relationships with them. But okay, so now this is just going to say authorize. So the problem with what ended up happening with our subdomain manager is even though we can go and automatically create that and it would add that to our thing, our Cloudflare DNS, what would happen is we take that domain and come back over here into Cloudflare and then it would be like, or into high level, and then it would be like, it would want to do it again.
Okay.
So that kind of doesn't work as as well as it should. Now it's kind of like doubling the work. Okay, so then now that's set up. Let's just pick whatever. I'm not going to pick a funnel right now. Normally you'd pick a funnel where you want that
Yes. Yep.
to go. I'm not
I
going to do it now
understand
because
that. Yeah.
it'll overwrite what we have in there. So we've got that domain set up there. Now we can go over to email services and do the same thing. Here. So once we're in email services, we can do a add cert. No, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do dedicated domain because I think we can set up more than one now too. Yeah, so we've got a couple in here. So I'm going to add a domain. Oh, we might already have. So here, because we did Jason dot fresh wrap, I'm gonna do like m dot Jason dot fresh wrap dot co as our email sending domain. M is just, you can put anything here. This could be like
Okay.
lead connector. M, we used to do M for like mailgun. We have other ones I've seen people do replies and stuff like that. You can really
Okay.
put anything as this. If you're just setting up, let's say for example, you didn't have a subdomain and you're just setting up a main domain to
Mhm.
send from, you could get rid of like, you could get rid of this and just have that. But because we're
LCO.
setting
Yeah.
up let's say we were setting up a subdomain for a client, we would then put, so it'd be them, their client name, and slash your domain. So
Okay.
this is just what's going to show up after the @ symbol. So we can go add and verify here. Okay, so continue. Now, depending on where you registered your domain, high level is going to either find it or not. The other day there was kind of a outage with it, so we had to set up domain names manually.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But it looks like this is all working again. So this is, if the nice thing about this is this does exactly what we did before,
okay.
which adds all your values for you, so you don't have to do it. The one thing that ours did do, though, that they aren't doing just yet,
Is
is adding in the
DMARC?
DMARC.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think they add in DMARC just yet. I think this is still a manual step where you
Yep.
have to now go into Cloudflare and add in the DMARC for
Correct.
that domain.
Okay.
And you know what? This is I've been talking to some guys about DMARC and how to get this set up, and this is really like the most basic version of the DMARC entry that you can put in. Um, it does give you that DMARC entry into the DNS for that subdomain, but it's not necessarily the like most powerful or most useful. Um,
Okay.
there is we talked, I think we talked about this the other day too. You can go to dmarc.org.
Okay. Yeah, I did
If you go
send that call the
if you
other
go to
day.
dmarc.org, they'll have a ton of information on how to set up DMARC and why it's important and all that kind of stuff. It's just that Google and Yahoo now are requiring it as just another level of authentication for saying this person is legit. Like this domain is a legitimate domain. So for people who don't have it, it's there you'll find that Google and Yahoo might be rejecting those emails as of like, I think it was like June 1st kind of thing. So inside here, inside of dmarc.org, there are deployment tools, and there's like so many different DMARC generation kind of thing. So you can just go yeah, which one? I don't know
Mhm.
which one I even used before. I've used them all probably at one point. And you just go through. Yeah, I think this is the one I was using before, where you just enter in your domain name. So this one would be jason.freshwrap.co, and then you go through start creating. Oh, and then it'll ask you what you want to do. And this is a nice one because it gives you a little bit more information as you're going through and setting it up. So, um, yeah, this is essentially just says, what do we do if so if you go through next step, all through these kind of things, it'll ask you for an email. So they want to know where to send reporting to. So basically, if you get emails that come in that aren't, or somebody tries to send an email through your system that isn't your actual domain, or like an authorized thing, then what are we going to do? What are we doing with that email? And they want to know an email address where you can send a report. So here you can set this up, but I've also set up, I think in our own one, I'll have to look for it, but it is I think I just use the abbreviation inside of the account here to set it up anyways. You can put whatever you want in here and it'll just send emails to that domain for the reporting. But then once you go through that, then you can grab that DMARC entry and drop that into Cloudflare. Now that's if you're going to go and do something a little more advanced compared to what high level is already doing. That's up to you.
Okay.
But the more stuff you do like that, the better delivery the chances you'll have for delivering and landing in an inbox versus promotions or spam or something like that.
So after that is all entered in, is there a further step to making sure that, your all of your emails are set up for your client? Like,
Yeah, so the what you'll
and-
want to do, and this is what we typically do in all of our setups, and you'll see this in our custom values, is that we will set up if we have like one client, say for our restaurants, and we're setting it up, we have one sending all the emails are coming from one person kind of thing. We're not setting up, don't have a bunch of workflows with different things, but we just want to make sure that when we're sending out any emails, where is it here? When we're sending out any emails, they are coming from this domain here,
Okay.
like where it's m.restaurantdemo or m.jason@freshreps. So every email that gets sent out is going to be, if it was jason at m.jason@freshrep.co kind of
Mhm.
thing, or
Yeah.
sales at m. So you want to make sure you're sending every email and every workflow gets sent from that domain, because people will go and set this up as like the sending domain, but then they'll also just use the client's email address
Yeah.
and send it from, like jason@jason.com or something, which is bypassing that. And then what you'll see is, you'll see in the emails, it'll be sent, it'll say jason@jason.com via message sender, whatever. You'll see it in the header up here, right? It'll say
Yeah.
via whatever. And what that it's okay, but then you just know that if you're sending that way, through someone's email, what's going to happen is that you're like basically on a giant shared server, sharing that same domain with like thousands and thousands of people. So if it gets blacklisted as spam, your delivery is going to go lower, right?
Yeah.
And it's just anytime you see sending via, like this one here, via Think Big Studios, if you're sending that way, it's going to your delivery isn't going to be as good as it possibly can. So I always say that when you're setting this up, make sure that you're congruent. If you're setting up a user in this account, make sure when you're setting up users in here, you're using this email address as their user email address
Mhm.
too.
How do you
So
do? Because I've got the domain set up here, the dedicated
yeah,
domain, but all of my emails are going from, Andy at Mac Marketing, and so they have that, via, MS Gen, or whatever. And
yeah.
so I'm trying to figure out how do I I've got the dedicated domain, but why are my emails not coming from that dedicated domain?
Okay, so if depends on how you're setting up. Yeah. Okay, so if you're setting up through conversations, this is the dumb thing about how high level has it set up right now, is we set up
Okay.
those domains, but when we go into conversations and we go to send an email from here,
Mhm.
let's see if we can do this here. Whatever your user is, it's going to, maybe I don't have an email. Yeah, I should. There we go. Look, so this is the email address I have as my user email address inside of things. So if I'm sending an email, typically what I end up doing is going jason@replies.thinkbigstudios.ca if I'm sending from our main Think Big Studios account.
Yeah.
So to bypass that, the problem I have is I'm logging in as my main agency admin
Mhm.
account, and
Yeah.
that I set it up using the Go Big email address. So to change that, then it changes all my logins and everything. So this email from here, when you're just sending out email communication to customers via the conversations channel, that's pulling in your email address that you used on your
My
agency
account.
account.
Okay.
So in order to change that, I don't think I can change it here, but let's say we had staff and I can add a staff here, or let's go check this out. So this one here would be, instead of being Brian at True Power Media. It'll be Brian at m dot jason dot
Okay.
freshrep.co. And then if we change that, all those emails will then go to anytime we go into the communications tab to go send, it will use that
We'll use
domain
that.
as
Okay.
the sending domain. It'll auto load it in there.
Okay.
You just want to make sure you're using that same domain as well when you are in automations.
Okay.
So that's the email address that it's going to pull in for automations as well. So if let's say, for example, I don't think I have I'll create one and then delete it. The same thing will happen in here. So if you assign a user to a contact, like when you get a new contact that comes in, we can assign a user, right? We can assign a user, assign to user. That's where it'll say it was Brian here again. It'll assign him to there. Now, if we want to send any emails to them, send email. We can say who this is coming from here too. I think we can do also, so like the from email, we can go user email. So that is the user that this person is assigned to will get this email from that person. But this pulls the email address in from that staff contact info like that I just showed you there.
Okay.
So it's kind of, if you have the person's actual email address in there, then it will pull that email address in there. Lots of times what we'll do is we'll set up a custom value, value dot from underscore email. If it's just a generic email that we're sending out from, and in that custom value, we will put the generic email address that we're sending from, which would have the at m dot jason dot freshrep dot co kind of thing there. So we would set that up so that emails come from there, like that for our generic emails that go out for like newsletters and stuff like that, because there's lots of times where we set it up and we're not doing users, right? Like we have some clients that we have set up and they have like 5 or 7 users in there, and each one gets their own contacts and they're doing sales and stuff like that, callbacks and all that kind of thing. But for most part, for most of the clients that we have, not everyone has their own user, so they're not all sending from their own user account. You can also set it up in here. If you go under settings, right
Okay.
here, you can set up one from name and one email address in here, and then every workflow here that you add, you don't have to fill it out.
Okay.
If you set it up under settings, it will basically have a default one, and if these are blank, then it'll use whatever you have in settings here. Otherwise, like if you wanted stuff to come from user, you can specify that here as well.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
just make sure, it's just the big thing is just making sure, I say, like you're congruent with it's the same all the way through. You're using that same domain name all the way through. For those contacts. And then last thing I'll say here too is you can do under email services, you can do forwarding and stuff like that to different users. Or if you have one main point of contact for a user here, you can forward all emails that they get into the system into over to them as well.
Okay.
Or you set up a reply address. Yeah, so that's kind of those are some of my tips on emails, getting those set up and making sure they're running properly.
All right. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Jose, how are you doing, man?
Good, Jason. Yourself?
I'm doing
Hey,
good today. Yeah.
so no, I had a question about loyalty stamps for food
Okay,
trucks.
yeah.
They were just asking, if there was an easier way other than filling out the form to assign stamps. And I just saw that, yeah, when people check in, that also assigns stamps.
You can do it that way, yeah, too. If you're just giving
Right.
one stamp per
Like per
check-in,
visit.
then it's easier
Yeah.
to do it that way. Yeah,
Right.
you can
Yeah.
have
So,
them just check in and earn a stamp every time they check in.
yeah. So that was going to be my question, but I just found the answer. I was wondering if there was
Oh
an
yeah,
easier
okay.
way to assign stamps. And I guess there, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, that'd be the easiest.
Yeah,
Get
so
one stamp.
what I like to do is I had somebody else who was using the stamps thing, and they set it up so that a person can scan a QR code and then earn stamps that way. And then they
Mhm.
did they added a bunch of code to it actually so that it would erase the history so they couldn't go back and earn more stamps. The way and then so basically people would just give themselves stamps, they'd fill in their phone number when they scan a QR code, fill in their phone number, and they could do that on their phone. The way we have it set up is they can only earn stamps once every 24 hours. Anyways, just to kind of like have a cooldown period with
Yeah.
that. So what we found is people typically won't go and just give themselves a bunch of stamps. It'd be kind of weird, but yeah, I was kind of looking into how we add that extra level of security. So you scan the QR code, takes you to a form, but then makes it so you can't, once you fill out that form, then it basically deletes the history so that you can't go back and do it again unless you went back in and scanned that QR code one more time. Um, yeah, I guess there's other ways around it, but usually typically people aren't trying to like screw over the business that they go to anyway.
Right. Yeah, and then I guess the only other thing would be well, one, the reporting looks amazing. Dashboard. And
Yeah,
then
thanks.
have you thought of or worked anymore on those like event QR codes?
No, not yet,
We
but
kind of
it's here on my here on my list to do that. I haven't
yeah,
had a
you're
chance to do
good.
it yet.
You're good. Yeah, that's
Uh,
it for me.
with a reporting dashboard, trying to pull it into just added in a chart. Um, and I think I have to stylize it a little bit more. It's not it doesn't look that great, but we also had it in a chart so you can show subscribers for the last whatever time frame that you're going by here too. So subscribers last 30 days shows your subscribers, and then you should have a bar chart here. They'll show you how many subscribers per day.
Nice.
And maybe it's because I have no like I this is our test account and I actually don't have any subscribers really in here that we're not showing any subscribers uh for those days. But I gotta test that out a little bit more. But I put it in there anyway. So I want to make it, the only thing I want to change here is make this one like full size here versus just this shrunk kind of version. But that's in there, and yeah, I think things are looking good.
Yep. Yeah, that's it for me.
So
Thank you.
90 days. If I do 90 days, what's that gonna look like? It's probably just gonna be crazy. Yeah, so we got it just divides it up in different weeks, but yeah, it's not showing the correct data for me anyways right now. So that's what we'll be finishing up today too. And then I should have the fitness and the fitness snapshot finished up today too. We're just going through and just making sure everything is finalized on that. So because we got fitness, salon, restaurant, and like home services for referrals. And well, you know what's really good is the home services one is great for definitely home service businesses that have repeat, like power washing, window washing, carpet cleaning, any of those home services where people can get them done like multiple times a year, to get people to keep coming back and earning more points and getting more services and recommending more people. So that's where it really shines versus like roofers and those kind of things. So yeah, I'm excited to get those out too. So that's a whole thing. Yeah, it seems like a bit of a slower Thursday, which is good. It's summer. I hope people are out there enjoying themselves. Colorado looks nice. Is it like super crazy hot there, or was it just crazy hot there?
It's very nice and cool this morning.
Yeah,
I came from Glacier National Park, and I mean it was pretty hot out
yeah,
there in Glacier. We were pushing 100 every day. But this morning it's actually almost chilly
yeah. Here
here in
too.
Colorado. I'm sure it'll warm up in the afternoon.
Yeah, we had what were we? We were at a hunt all weekend, like for the last like 5 6 days, we were like 110 degrees. It was a bit much. And then today Yeah, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, it was chilly out today and with a little bit of rain. So I was like, this is kind of nice. I'm not just
Um,
burning.
if no one has any other questions,
Yeah. You got any
maybe
more
you could.
questions? Shoot. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Can I share my screen with you or
Yeah.
not? But I've actually what I've got, I'm working on this is kind of like a test run, so I'm trying to learn the system.
Yeah.
But what we're doing is I'm setting up like a newsletter. We called it the Lewistown Culinary Chronicles,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
basically it's just going to be a weekly newsletter that's going to advertise, different deals that restaurants are promoting. So not
Love it.
doing this for one restaurant. I'm just kind of what I'm wanting to do is I'm trying to build a list, I guess. It's a
Absolutely.
build an audience, right? And I was going to use the point system. So I'll share my screen because it's brand new. I mean, like we haven't even like got started.
Yeah,
Um,
before you do that, let me show you one thing that we've got something that's similar. Um,
okay.
and we've got something here, and you can take a look at this too and go through it. This is OK Local. This is our local community kind of
Okay.
website that we built here. And we have like a database of, all different kinds of local customers that we
Yeah.
work with in here. And then we do like a blog and newsletter and stuff like that. And then we tie that into social media too, into like
Sure. Yeah.
into Instagram where we're sharing posts
I
and
can share it. Yeah.
sharing that kind of stuff. And that's I'll put
That's
the
really
link in chat
awesome.
if you want to take a look at it.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
using
Okay.
WordPress and then
Local.ca.
I think it's like WordPress directory 2.0 or something like that
Sure.
for the directory plugin.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like wondering if maybe you could walk me through like the setup process. I mean, I started it already, but maybe you could give me some look at my account and use it as
Sure,
a
if you wanna yeah, if you wanna
see.
share your screen, that's cool.
Let's see if I can do this. Um, allow Zoom to share screen.
Yeah, just click on share screen. Yeah, there you go.
Is it sharing it?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Oh, sorry. It pulled up some kind of privacy and security. Oh, okay. All right. So I checked on that. Let's do this again now. Yeah, I don't do this very often, so
You should just have a share screen button at the bottom of
okay.
your window there, and you click on that, and then it'll ask you which window you want to share.
All right.
You might need to click on the three dots that says more.
Yeah, you might have to click on the three dots to say more, depending on how big your screen is, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. It's actually the Mac is it's a security system on my Mac that won't
Oh,
let me share. Um, and now it wants me to restart. Oh well. Yeah. I don't
well, I can
use-
show you on mine. Like, I'll give
Okay.
you a run through of how I would set it up for if
Yeah,
you're
I appreciate
multiple.
that.
So what I would do is like, so we have OK Local there, and we get customers in through there. But what we want to do is just set up a system where people can subscribe to use the reward system or promotions. So we would lead with promotions
Okay.
typically for that kind of thing. If we have there's I'm going to show you another one. This is somebody else who has their a restaurant system here
Okay.
too. It's Black Chicago Eats, and this is all black owned restaurants in Chicago.
Okay.
So he has basically same kind of thing, newsletter and a listing of local restaurants where you can sign up and do that. So what he's also setting up here too is a promotions system so that he can promote all those restaurants. And
Yeah.
really all you have to do is let's say we're inside of our restaurant system here. We don't have to do much with sites. So under sites, we already have most of the stuff built out that you need. So
Okay.
under promotions, funnels, and pages, here, this is where we have a number of campaigns that are set up so that we can get people to subscribe to our list. Okay, so A001 VIP registration and offers. We click on that. That's going to show us a number of different ways that people can register. So default campaign, in-house poster campaign, print campaign, PPC campaign, referral campaign. They're all pretty much identical. They're pretty much all identical. This landing page, but what happens is when you go into our leaderboard here and create a promotion for with one of those titles, it's going to automatically fill in the wording. It's going to fill in the landing page. It's going to fill in those details. So let's go over to promotions here. Let's see. There we go. Manage promotions here. So under promotions, you can see that we've also set it up so we have custom campaigns, and you can see here. So one option, there's two different options when we set up a promotion. There's opt-in subscribers. This means that this promotion here will only show to people who have opted in specifically for this promotion.
Okay.
So if we have a poster up in a restaurant that says 2 for 1 wings, click here or text this keyword to subscribe, we can add this promotion to their account so that they will see it. If other people haven't done that 2 for 1 wings promo, they're not going to see that promo. That is under opt-in subscribers. Now, if you have it set up to show all, any promotion or post that you create in our promotions manager is going to show to everybody who's subscribed. Okay. So the way we have this is like, we have an in-house and we have a print one here. But in order to do that, so you'd want to create one. So specifically, if you're going to create the community newsletter with that, you would want to have a offer for community, let's say community subscriber. So you'd have to create some kind of offer to get them on board. Now it doesn't have to be you don't have to do a giveaway. You could do a contest if you want. Lots of times for like what you're talking about, what we'll do is when we get one of our restaurant clients to sign up, we will get them to pay a portion of their either setup fee or their monthly bill in gift cards.
Yes.
And we can use those gift cards as giveaways to get more people to subscribe.
Yes. Okay, great.
So
Yeah.
let's say we had an offer here for a community subscriber, and here, let's say we had a contest. I'm just going to grab any graphic that we have here. I don't have one specifically for a contest right now, but let's just go restaurant here, and we'll grab another one of the same graphics that I use over and over again. We're going to put there, but this could say contest, like join OK Local, and join OK Local and enter to win a $50 gift card kind of thing to a restaurant, to one of our restaurants. So once you do that, once you set that up, this is going to show to everybody. You don't want to do that just yet. So we're going to go to only people who subscribe to this campaign. And then you can pick one of these, the top 5: default, in-house, mail, social media. Those are the main, I guess, 4 that we have set up. So if this is like our default campaign, it could be there. Offer type is we're going to do a coupon, or this doesn't even have to be a coupon. This could be, whatever this could be. This can be an information only post, event post, something like that. Information is going to be just info only, like, hey, this is how you get access to this thing. Event post, or this would be like, visit us for happy hour, visit us for Wings Wednesday, visit us for Burger Thursday, 2 for 1 wine Wednesday kind of thing. You do information only, or here's a link to our menu, that kind of stuff. You can do that. Event post is going to be like they have an event going on, so it's like reggae night or something. I don't even know. Kind of thing. They have some kind of event going on. They have a concert. They have somebody in. They have comedy, something like that. You can create event posts, and people can add those to their calendar. These are 3 different types of coupons. This coupon here is going to send them a coupon code via SMS that they have to plug in. This one here is going to show them a coupon code that they tell the staff what their coupon code is, and it's just a generic one. So like the month 123 kind of thing, like J123 would be the coupon code, and then customer enters coupon code. The staff give them a coupon code for that promotion. Again, usually it's a subscriber one, so we keep it simple, like J123 kind of thing. So if we're going to do that, get somebody to sign up. If you have it turned on for loyalty points, it's going to show up there. Now, join our list and enter to win is going to be the title here. Get a, let's just say $50 gift card to our restaurant of the month. Our restaurant of the week kind of thing or something. And you can what you can also do is you can drop a form in here too if you wanted to, and then have that trigger an automation. So if they subscribe to this, then they go and click on that reward, or they go to redeem that coupon. Or it does, if there was an info only, let's say it was an information only post, we don't have to do a coupon code, but we can drop a form in here, and then they can fill out the form to enter to win that week's contest kind of thing. Now this could be end date, start date, end date. If we click on promotion is always visible, it's going to ignore this date.
Okay.
I think just keep it going from whenever you start that promotion, and then we can hit save. Oh, here is the description.
Okay.
So what you now have is what we did the default join VIP campaign. So now that we did this one, if we go to back over to sites, you go back over to sites, it's going to update the landing page, it's going to update the offer, things like that. And if you're doing a community one, you might have to do a little bit of adjusting to the wording and stuff, like to the emails and stuff that go out. But if we go to the VIP funnel pages now and go to our default campaign here and open this up, this is going to have that wings photo. It's Wings Wednesday. Join and get join our list and enter to win. So you'd probably want to change the get there on that funnel page, but you don't have to change anything else. This form here is the default campaign form. This is already linked up to an automation that is going to send them out access to their account and give them access to whatever that promotion is. So because I haven't signed up to this yet, if I went into the promotions or the promotions page, I won't see this promotion here. But if I go and fill out these details here, let's go way back. There we go, and pick a date. Say no, opt in. You can get rid of this on here too if you're just doing the community one. It won't really matter. So send that. It's going to send me an email under conversations and a text message.
Okay.
Okay, so we just got this here. It's 10:54. I just got that. I click this. This is going to send me over to the displays promotions page. What's important here is that we have this CID, which is my contact ID inside of high level.
Okay.
If you try to test this system without the contact ID in there, it's not going to show your promotions. Or you know what, it is showing the promotions because I've already gone here because it's pulling, because my details get saved into my browser. But if I were to say go incognito tab and go over to display promotions, then it'll tell me that we're not registered and click here to register.
Okay.
So we want people to register before they see promotions generally. So now we should see that chicken wings promotion that I just signed up for here somewhere. And why don't I see it? I have to check that specifically because I think we overwrote one of the other promotions. That
Okay.
was, I'll just double check to see what's going on with that to make sure that it's correct. But now we'll see these promotions in here. This one was already redeemed. And I don't think I think it was the 50% off wings one that we signed up for.
So I
Um,
have two questions, Jason.
yeah.
They're probably pretty basic. The first one is, how do I set up the custom menu link for the rewards leaderboard
Yeah.
that you have on the left-hand side? So that would be the first question. And then the second question is, do I have to create a subdomain for every single one of the funnels?
No, don't use the same, just one domain for every funnel.
One domain for
I mean, one domain for every sub account.
okay. Okay.
So yeah, I've had people go in and create a different subdomain for every one of the thing. It won't work.
It will work.
You just
Okay.
want
Yeah.
one for your whole
Like
system.
Culinary Chronicles, right? I
Yeah,
just
so Culinary
one-
Chronicles, yeah, that's all you want is one
Okay.
domain that will be used across your entire sub account. If you have different funnels that you created for different things, that's fine. Go and do that. But for the most part, you just want one funnel that or
Yeah.
one domain that is going to be here. If you have
And then
different
you just link
promos
all
or
your
things you want to set up or whatever, yeah, you can go and create different promo or different things. That's fine.
yeah,
But
yeah.
for the most part, you just use one domain. Okay, so to set up that leaderboard, if you go into our Smart Scripts dashboard here
Okay.
under rewards, so this is an agency view
Yep. I know
or
where
whatever you called that initial custom menu link.
Yep. I'm familiar
There
with.
you'll see get rewards leaderboard
Okay.
or your leaderboard link. Just copy this and then go on your left hand side, go down to
The
settings,
settings, custom menu links.
custom menu link,
Okay.
then drop it in there. Now, let's go down to the leaderboard one that I already have in
There you have
here.
it right there. Okay.
You want to take this off. You don't want to show it on the agency sidebar, and then you don't want to. You might want to if you all you're doing is restaurant clients or rewards clients, then you can show it to all clients. But otherwise, take off, show to all costs, all accounts, and make sure this is on, and then you just manually put in
Each
each
account that you wanted to. Okay.
yeah, each
Well,
one you
thank
want to
you.
show.
Yeah,
Um,
I know I can set that up. I
I'm
know.
working on a script right now. We're working on a script right now to automatically add the menu on the
Okay.
side based on the locations that you have authorized in
Yeah.
our system. But that's so then eventually, hopefully, we won't have to do this custom menu link thing because it is a
And
for people who are doing
you do the
SaaS,
same
they
thing
just
for the
want people to automatically sign up. It is an extra step that somebody has to manually go and do.
and it would be the same for the promotions manager as well. Go to custom
You don't
menu
have to. So you can if you're only doing the promotions manager, but we have the promotions manager stuff
in the
built into
rewards.
the rewards leaderboard.
Okay. Okay.
So if
All right.
you are, let's go back to Smart Scripts here. But here's what we have is under rewards, you
Okay.
can click on let's say here, click on settings. These are all on by default.
Okay.
This is the show the settings in the leaderboard, show rewards editor in the leaderboard, show points leaderboard in the, so
Okay.
you can turn these things off if you don't want to show those things in in those sub accounts.
Okay. Okay.
So if you don't want to show promotions in your reward account for that sub account, then you turn
Turn those
promotions off.
there. Okay.
And this is also where you can change the name of the points and you can say how many points equals $1 and you
Okay.
can change your this is when somebody redeems a reward redeems points for rewards, you can change your or you can change
Okay.
what the layout is, and then here you can also change the voucher background for when somebody redeems rewards, and I'm
Okay.
sure we'll have more settings in there
Yeah.
in the future as we go too, because there's a few more things we're
Okay.
working on. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of like the how I'd set it up to get people on that list. So now inside of promotions, you can just go and create a promotion for everybody you sign up. Like you get somebody to sign up and you can create a promotion for them. for whatever you want. So um
I would like to get them to opt in by like a contest, like you said.
yeah.
Sign up and you'll be entered to win, the $50 gift card or $100 gift card. And then if they sign up, I'd like to use the points and get
Yeah.
them to say, hey, you can actually earn another gift, you can by sharing this, on your social media. So that way other people will
Yeah.
learn about the newsletter and sign up, and I can award them points.
So what
And
you
if they actually use a coupon, or like let's say they actually visit one of the restaurants that we advertise in the newsletter, like we would reward them with some points,
Yeah,
you know.
I was just thinking about that. You could totally do that too. So they could get the discount or the coupon from the restaurant for whatever that thing is, but that they can earn internal points with you,
Yeah,
um, that they can use for other things that you offer down the road.
correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's a great idea.
And that would be through how would the points be set up? Would that be through rewards then?
Yeah, so the points go into rewards,
Okay.
but you can set it up here. So if you had a coupon, here, if you have one of these coupons, you can say how many points that they get when they
Okay.
redeem this coupon. So they can still do their 25-cent wings or whatever it is with that coupon at the restaurant or the
Mhm.
business. It doesn't have to be a restaurant either. It could be any kind of
Yeah,
retail place. But then internally they can earn 250 points with you when they redeem that coupon.
when they were doing that coupon.
Yeah,
Okay. Wow, that's really cool. I'm hoping to have this running here in the next week,
awesome.
in the Lewistown area. So,
Yeah,
um,
that's very cool. Yeah, and yeah, have a look at the OK Local stuff here because
I
I like
will.
that that kind of idea. And there's a number of people who are setting up something similar to, I don't remember everyone's names, but I think it's a
Yeah.
great idea. I think it's a great
Yeah,
idea
and
for
I
setting
think
up a
long term, I'm definitely gonna want to do this specifically for the restaurants.
yeah.
But I just thought, well, in the meantime, this would be a great way for me to learn the system.
But
Um,
I think it's just a great option too for doing like for building that relationship with local businesses
yeah,
and like giving them some value too. So I mean making
yeah,
it so they don't have to they pay however much. And then what we actually did with OK Local was we took all the customers that were on here who are signing up and any active ones we were running Facebook ads too, specifically. So you have the Lewistown one. You could
yeah.
have like a
I was gonna run
Lewistown.
Facebook ads in
Yeah.
Lewistown area to
Yeah. So
sign
you could
up.
have Lewistown Facebook page. I'm going to
Yeah.
minimize all these things, but you can have a Lewistown Facebook page and then run what I wanted to do. So originally what we did for OK Local was the concept behind here. We've got a little bit away from it. We built this during COVID because
Okay.
uh um we actually originally built OK Local during COVID for like Christmas markets and like crafters and builders because there was no way for them to get out and all the markets were shut down, right? They were like
Or
I think
where?
the first they were able to have Christmas markets, but something like you could only have 10 people in like an entire gymnasium or something like that at one time. It was like crazy. So we were just like, okay, well we'll do a virtual one and we set it up virtually. In the meantime, we were still doing this, but we were sharing out all their posts and I think we charged them like $100 a piece to be part of our virtual Christmas market kind of
Mhm.
thing. And then we promoted them and then we did Facebook carousel ads. But one of the I think that was actually we started OK Local first, and then Christmas came along, and they were like, okay, let's do that too, because we ended up creating a whole mall essentially in here where, and I think I've taken it down now because we don't do that anymore, but we essentially created a whole mall where we'd get 10% of every transaction that went through the website and they could sign up and they'd have their own store and whatever and we drive traffic to it. um what we did here was there was a business in Saskatchewan when we lived there, and it was called Trusted Regina. And with that, basically businesses would sign up to be part of the network and they would say, okay, Trusted Regina would essentially say, okay, well, we vetted these people that are signed up in our network, and they're trusted. Like we've gone through and we've done our due diligence. We've looked at the reviews. We've talked to the business owner. So this is a business you can trust, right? But one of the things that they do, which I liked, was that they would run radio ads, Trusted Regina radio ads, and by being part of that network, you would get like a 10-second clip in one of their spots, kind of
Okay.
thing. So it would be like, hey, I'm Jason. I'm a Trusted Regina, business kind of thing. You can find me on trustedregina.com and like, or whatever your business, right? Hey, this is Jason from Think Big Studios. We're a Trusted Regina business. You can find us on trustedregina.com. And then it'd be like they do their whole jingle for Trusted Regina. And you would get radio plays, and you'd only pay a couple $100 a month to be part of that network, kind of thing, because they have dozens of people signed up, and or more, and they could spread the cost of those radio ads across everybody, kind of thing. But I wanted to do the same thing with Facebook ads. So in Facebook ads, you can do carousel ads where you can advertise like 5 different things at the
Mhm.
same time. So instead of businesses who not all these businesses could afford to go spend $1,000 a month for a Facebook ads manager, and then another $5,000 for ad spend, we could offer the same thing for like $500 a month, $350 a month, and we would just run ads through OK Local using our OK Local brand, but we could advertise 3 to 5 businesses at the same time
Hmm.
on
Yeah.
there, and then you'd see a carousel and you could be like, oh, check out these awesome businesses from OK Local, and then you would have 4 different graphics there, and then you could click on it. It'd be like Bob, like, or something like this, like Hillside Orchards, Move Therapies, Think Big Studios, Elevate Hype Sport, kind of thing, and then you can click on whichever one and it would take you into their landing page on our website,
Okay.
kind of thing. So that was kind of what we did with that. And I just thought it was a kind of a cool way to make it so that people could advertise more cheaply, but then we can also tie in that promotions manager and do that kind of stuff
Right.
now too.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Anyways, that's my
Okay.
spiel on that.
Yeah. Thank you. No, I
Yeah.
look
Hey,
forward to learning the system more and using, the rewards and and the promotions
Yeah.
through it. And
Awesome.
then I'll be doing it for individual restaurants as well.
Yeah, that's cool. Right on.
I did have one more question, Jason.
Yep.
Finishing off. So with the ad stamps form, how can I have it to where it already has the customer's phone number in there?
Say that one more time, sorry.
So when you're adding stamps and they're filling out the form to add stamps,
Yeah.
it already has the customer's email pre-filled, but not their phone number. How can I have it to where their phone number is also pre-filled?
Oh, it should be filled. I will take a look. It should automatically be pre-filled there as far as I know. But I will see why it's not doing that. If it's not, I'll just make it work.
Okay, thank you.
I think we're pulling the content. So when they go to that page, we have the contact ID, and then we query high level for their email and phone number, and then we auto populate that there. I think that's how it works. Let me check. It should automatically just do that, but I'll have to jump in there and check, and then I'll let you know.
Awesome.
I think it should, because I think we're only sending over the contact ID over to that when somebody registers for the stamps. Gotta jump over there. Let's see.
Yeah, and that was a great question, Andrew, because I was also wondering how to do something like that, how it works. It's like, man, that looks
Yeah.
awesome, but I have no clue where to start. There's so many pieces.
There's so many different ways, right? And you know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was worse before because we had everything was just a la carte kind of thing where you could piece this module in and piece that module in and piece that module in. And then it was just like, yeah, where do you start and how do you start piecing it together? So that's where we focused in this last 6 months here, is just building out specific kind of like templates, like specific snapshots, one for restaurants, one for whatever. We could probably even set up one specifically for like community VIP program type thing. It would totally make sense to do that.
Yeah.
Just looking for the I know I've got the loyalty card one here without going to like re-register. Got like 1,000 emails here. New loyalty stamps. Let's go over there. See loyalty card. You said if you scan the QR code, it's not autofilling.
Right.
Yeah. Um, um, now I need to 1, 2, 3, 5. Remember what my password is that I created for this thing. Just give me 1 second. Go on to custom values and find it.
Okay, I just tried on a different sub account and it bolded on that one.
7, 8, 9. Yeah. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why is it saying do not match? That doesn't seem right. I gotta take a look at something here. I don't know what's get custom values, API key, location. Yeah, why would it do that? It was working fine. Why is it not doing it now? Custom values. Is your login working? Was that login working properly when you put the password in?
Yes. Yeah, because it's now working on a different sub account, so I might just have multiple. That's what I'm thinking is I might have imported the snapshot twice and maybe that's messing with it on my like on my
Or
test
you
account.
might, yeah, it should, because it should pull it in. Um, I'm curious as to why this is telling me this is not the right password on my account. Um, oh, Oh, I think we need to do that. Hold on. And notice sometimes, well, we've fixed it, but I see what happened on mine. Let's just go rewards. Score. All right, that should work now. There we go. Yeah, so it auto loaded all that information, name, phone number, email, all kind of things like that. So it might just be that you didn't have, or I don't know, maybe you're coming from a different one with a different contact, possibly. I'm not sure. Or one, maybe just check your contacts because maybe you have one with an email address and a phone number, and maybe just one with an email address.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, a little bug fix there anyways. Okay. Well, I'm gonna call it quits for today. And I'll get working on some more stuff. If you guys have any more questions, just shoot me a message on Facebook. I'm pretty much always around there. So other than that, you guys have an awesome Thursday and a great weekend, and see you next week.
All right, you too,
Good.
Jason. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thanks you guys.
See you guys.
All right.